had this idea to do For the One, and the fact that I have these songs written that are not yet released, you know, the fact that it exists is you have an obligation to then do it.
The Holy Spirit resides in you. That is the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. We do not work for God's love, but we work from God's love. The Lord is given, the Lord is taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. If your Bible was illegal, would you value it more? Dang.
What dumb? What's stupid?
Guess who's back? Back again. Nikki's back. Tell a friend. It is season 2, baby, of For the One podcast. We are back, and we are so excited to kick off season 2 with, just an incredible guest. You guys are going to meet Chris Black today. I don't even know how many years I've known Chris, and you're going to hear the creative projects that we've worked on together and just a little bit of his story, and I'm so excited, and I think it's so appropriate that this episode is going to be titled Second Mile, because we are in season 2 of the podcast. It feels like a new chapter, feels like a lot of things have been changing in a good way, but it's just like, here we are, jumping off point. And I'm so excited that Chris was able to join us today. So without further ado, here is the first episode of season 2 of For the One podcast. Enjoy. Hey everyone. So you already saw the first intro for this episode, first episode of season 2. I am so incredibly excited to welcome to the podcast Chris Black. He is a musician, one of the most talented musicians I've ever met. I was a fangirl first, then we became friends, worked on a music video together, and so I'm really excited to have Chris here to just talk about music and faith and all the things involving those those things of your life. So thank you so much for being here, Chris.
Thanks for having me, Nicole, and thanks for encouraging me to keep going, and thanks for welcoming me here.
Yes, of course. We're so excited to have you. I told you when you came in, no offense to my other guests, but I was probably the most excited so far to have you on the podcast. So
no, thank you. I'm happy to be here. And like I said, if you hit the tennis ball to me, I'll hit it back.
Yeah.
I'm not one to keep the conversation going, so I'll need you to do that.
Chris is like, when you put a mic in my face, I sing or I rap. Like, I don't talk. I don't know what this, no.
Yeah, if I talk, I go off the rails. I've gotten booed at concerts for stuff that I've said in between songs because I start going off into musician mode and I don't know how to talk. So,
well, I'll try to keep you in the rails. It'll be fine. I have
Sounds
ADHD
good.
though, so the ping pong might be all over the place. But
we can have AI summarize what we talked about.
Yeah, we'll give the Spark Notes.
The Spark
Note version. Yeah. So what's crazy is, just to fill in everyone watching this, is we have not seen each other in 3 years, which seems like a crime. And I'm like, I don't understand how that happens or where 3 years went. But I need everyone to know what we just both discovered. So Chris was actually supposed to come in a week ago to record, and you had a cold, your throat was hurting. I was like, don't do that to yourself. Like, I don't want that. So we rescheduled. He's like, how's the 10th? I was like, yeah. And I'm like, June 10th. That seems like an important date to me. And I look in the music video that for the song Second Mile that you produced, made, wrote, everything. And then I hit you up, which we'll get into this. And I was like, I want to direct a music video for this. That video was published on June 10th of 2023.
Yeah, you can't make it up.
You cannot make this up, guys. Like, this is like the Lord's hand was already like, guess what I'm going to do? I don't want to say he gave you a sore throat.
Right.
But you never know. You never know, you know?
Oh, yeah, I deserve worse from the Lord. So if all he gave me was a sore throat, I'll take it.
We will still praise. Amen. Yeah,
right.
yeah. So that, I just think, speaks volumes again to just, the intentionality of the Lord. And just, I love when small details like that we so easily forget about or overlook. He's just like, let me just scooch it on over. And
it's amazing.
Yeah. So happy 3 years.
Same to you.
To the video.
Thank you. That was an exciting night.
It was.
We performed at a Fundamental Baptist Church that I go to, by the way, so I'm not knocking Fundamental Baptist at all.
Okay.
But it was fun to do a rap concert in a Fundamental Baptist church. I thought that was a cool thing to do.
Yes, it was.
And the folks that were in attendance, we had people from all walks of life.
People that would have never entered a church building, Chris,
Yeah.
were in that building.
Yeah. That was pretty cool.
It was very cool.
Yep.
I was so emotional. I was so yeah.
You were, you cried. You cried.
I did cry, and I could probably cry again. I cry on this podcast, so it could happen.
Yeah, hey, that's okay.
Yeah. No, it was such. I mean, it was just, I had a lot happening in my personal life at that time. I don't even think you know or knew at that point, but like a lot of things just kind of fell apart in my personal life by the time that video was coming out. And I think I told you this before, but that Second Mile song, like, obviously it struck me when I first heard it. You dropped the album. I think it was like a month later. I was just listening to it on repeat. And like, that's when I was like, I ignored it. That's how you know it's from the Lord, because you're like, I'm not doing this. Like, what do you mean a music video? I can't make a music video. I've never made a music video. I don't even know how one does that. And then it was like, it just was not letting up. And I didn't have your number. I had to text our mutual friend Najada. Shout out to Najada.
Yep.
I had to text him and be like, do you have Chris's number? Because I don't have it. And then we met at a Panera.
Yep.
And I'm like, here's my thoughts.
Yeah. No, that was all. And so, fun fact, the song, if you'd have me do the song later.
Yeah.
When I drove home from that Panera meeting, there was a huge rainbow in the sky, and I was driving east because I think you're a West Sider.
Yeah.
So I'm an East Sider. And I was driving east, so rainbow, I have a theory, by the way. I think rainbows are normally in the east. It's a theory of mine. It could be wrong.
Wait a minute. I just saw one the other day when I recorded the podcast.
Do you remember which direction?
And it was in the east.
Because
Wait, the eastern gate of Jerusalem.
Well, I wasn't even going that deep.
Well,
I was just saying.
Well, I just went that deep. I was like, wait, the east. Okay. Sorry.
I just think because.
Sorry, I went too far.
No, I think because the clouds travel from west to east.
Oh.
So, you got the rain clouds go from west to east. The sun's over here.
Yeah.
And it hits. So you're always looking east when there's a rainbow.
That actually makes sense.
That's my theory.
I took it way spiritual, and you're like, let me just break this down from a weatherman's perspective, okay? This is science.
Well, there probably is a spiritual application. But I haven't figured it out. So anyways, I'm driving home from that, and I saw, and there was a huge rainbow, and I got home, and I grabbed the guitar, went out back, and just sort of, as I was looking at the rainbow, just started playing around on the guitar.
Yeah.
And came up with that song that you heard me play a minute ago. And so I thought that was fitting that would be the song to do here.
Yeah, I love that.
So
cool.
Yeah. So, and I can talk more about it later, but I just thought that was a cool side B of the Panera.
Yeah.
Meeting.
Yeah, because I don't think I knew that. Like, this is the first I'm hearing.
I definitely.
That's so cool. Yeah, and what is so funny about our relationship is like, I was telling Sean, I'm like, I don't even know like how to describe it, because it's like I knew who you were through Najada, and y'all were shooting that like Legions of Lyricists project when we were all at like CSU, and which seems like an eternity ago. But,
I know.
Oh my gosh, like we were just babies.
Yeah.
And I remember like him telling me about that. I think I came to one of the filming days, like where you guys were doing live performances at, what was it, like the Grog Shop?
At the Grog Shop, yeah.
At the Grog Shop.
Yep.
But I remember then you did a performance at Mahal's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you remember this?
I do, yeah.
And I remember I come in like my Legions of Lyricist hat that I got from Najada, and you perform my favorite song to this day. My favorite song of yours is What's in the Water.
Okay, yeah.
Love that song. And I'm like such a fangirl. And I'm like, I love this song. I love everything you stood for. I was like, your music. I was like, this is great. Like this guy's awesome. Like, and like you're just you're just like this down to earth. You're just like quiet, kind of like, but then like you get on stage and it's just like, oh my gosh, who's this person?
No, thanks.
And I love that though. And so I remember like I was like nervous to approach you, and like I don't even remember what I said to you, but I just was like trying to be encouraging and like,
yeah.
I love your music. I love what you're doing. And like, that was kind of like the first time I think we interacted, like just a one-on-one conversation. But then it was like, even by the time I reached out to you to do the music video, we still didn't like know each other.
No. But thank you for that, because like, I don't know. I've always just felt like sometimes when I write songs, I'm like, is anyone really getting it? Like, is anyone here, maybe you feel like that.
Yeah.
Maybe even when you have the solo episodes here.
Yeah.
On
Is this
For the
making
One.
sense?
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I got something here, but
Yeah.
does anyone else see it?
Yeah.
So no, I've always appreciated that. Like
Yeah.
it's that you've seen it, you've appreciated it, and thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I remember that. Yes, shout out to Najada.
Dude.
Najada is the man.
Yeah. The key component here, honestly.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's a key component. He knows everyone in Cleveland.
Everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
I remember being out with him places and he's just like, hey, man. I'm like, you know everyone.
Yeah, and he was homeschooled too.
Which is insane.
Yeah, so that's when people like talk to me about like homeschooling and stuff. I'm like, one of
You're
my
like,
best friends was homeschooled.
Look at Najada.
Yeah.
Look at Najada.
And he's like the most extroverted
Outgoing.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So with Legion of Lyricists, that was a movie that he had an idea for.
Yeah.
And he called me about it, and I thought, yeah, it sounds great, but I didn't think it would ever happen.
Right.
Because, I think just, especially being in the rap music community,
Yeah.
for some reason, there's a lot of talk about what we're going to do that never ends up coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And so you just get used to that. And for me, it was always, oh, this guy knows Chip the Ripper. Oh, this guy knows MGK. Oh, this guy knows Kid K. None of those people ever knew them.
Yeah.
But it's like everyone knew them. And so I just got used to just hearing cool ideas that just never went anywhere.
Right.
Well, then he actually did it. He actually put together the crew, and we made the movie out of it. And that was an awesome project. Projects like that, will get you out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And force you to learn new things and learn new ways to do things. So yeah, that project I feel like totally took me to another level that I needed to go, like growth that I needed to go through.
Yeah.
And I felt the same with our video, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just, very, like literally like heaven sent, like in all the ways, like from just the visuals I had in my brain. That was the coolest part, which I would love to hear your thoughts, like on your side of it. Like what was, I don't know, impactful or cool to you, like going through the process or seeing the final thing. But for me, it was, I like vividly remember, and I always tell this story, I was literally walking my roommate's dog at the time in Lakewood, and I have it playing in my earbuds, and I'm just like seeing like the scenes. And then what was wild was when we would actually be shooting, and I'm like, the scene is playing out exactly how I saw it.
Wow.
And it's just like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't even know what you do with that. It was just
well,
incredible.
and you have a good visual eye. Like, are you like this setup? Are you able to see this before you do it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm not really like that. I'll have like aspects of visuals in my head that just are just a mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, so my side of the story was I wrote the song Second Mile, and it was about when you've essentially given up on maybe childhood ambitions or given up on dreams that you've had. And if you just feel like a poke and a prod from God that, hey, you're not quite done yet. Like, there's still a little bit more to do.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think of where Jesus talked about burying the talent.
Mm.
And there's something that like, and I like, I always, when I quote King James because I'm just used to reading that. But he said, slothful and wicked servant. And he said, take his talent and give it to someone else.
Mm.
And I used to read that and be like, why is Jesus so mad at this guy? Like, because when you read it, the guy doesn't sound like he's doing anything wrong.
Yeah, he's protecting what was given to him.
I protected it. It's still here. You still had. I didn't lose it.
Here it is.
Yeah, and I always read that and thought, man, why is he getting so mad at this guy? And then I thought of it more, and I think because it comes down to a heart thing. And it's like, why did you bury it, though? What caused you to bury that in the first place? And so for me, the phrase "don't quit your day job." Like for me, I have a day job.
Yeah.
And like I've tried to keep the two separate just because I just feel like it's the right thing to do for my day job and I don't want it to be this thing. Oh, there's the rapper, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I've always kept them separate, and sometimes I feel like maybe I've, not given up, but just temporarily paused for too long at times.
Mm.
And sometimes you just feel like God's just like, dude, I'm not done with you yet. Like this isn't this thing is not finished yet. So, but anyways, you boil that down. So why did you bury the talent? Did you bury the talent because you were worried what people would think about you? Because when I first got into music, I just did it because I loved it. And it was like, wow, this is something that, like, I always loved playing baseball. I always loved playing tennis and sports. But I was never, even though I loved it and I enjoyed doing it, I was never like, it was always a struggle for me to be good at those things.
Mm-hmm.
And like baseball, I never really got that good. I was always better in my head than I actually was in real life.
Yeah.
But for some reason, music it just felt like
natural.
Yeah. Like just not easy, but like, you just do the song. Obviously there's improvement to be made, but like, so, I guess where I was going with that is, so eventually I got to a point where I said, you know what, I need to do, there's something more here.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't let this just be the end of these songs that I've written, because I do feel like that there was something there.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, God can give me the strength to walk the second mile. Like Jesus said, if someone tells you to go 1 mile, go with them two.
Yeah.
So I felt like, God can give me the strength to do this. And my wife was always very encouraging. You have to get the album out. You have to get the album out. If it were up to me, it'd still be on the shelf to this day.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, all right. So I finally just buckled down. But that Second Mile song was written for years before the album came, probably 4 or 5 years before the album came out.
Wow.
And that's the topic of the song. And so where I appreciate you and your help is seeing that reciprocated. Like, you understood the message. Like when we met at Panera and you said, you were like, I think here's what you're saying in the song. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm like, no, that's exactly what the song's
I remember
about.
you're like nails on the head. Yep. Exactly.
That's it.
Yeah.
So whatever your idea is, I'm here.
Yeah.
So, that, like, you don't realize how much of an encouragement like that has been to me. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. And, cause it's one thing to say on the song, I'm going to walk the second mile. But it's another thing to actually do it, and you need people to encourage you.
Yeah.
So at the May Halls concert, when I was doing What's in the Water, and you were rapping every word, and when we did the Second Mile music video, like those things are those little pick me up. That's like, it is working a little bit. Like even if it's just one person, there's something happening.
Yes.
So thank you.
You're so welcome, and that's like so encouraging to me. And like one of the reasons this is called For the One, because I mean, you were like one of the most, like you were one of the people that would understand this the most. That's what I was trying to say, where you put so much time, so much effort, so much mental and emotional capacity. For you, it's your music. For me, it's been this podcast. And it's like what you just said. It's like, is anyone caring? Does anyone understand this? Does anyone listen to that? Like, is this speaking to anyone? Is this helping anybody? And then like, again, if one person is like, yes, clocking it. Okay, that just made everything for the last year worth it, you know?
Sure.
Yeah.
And I like to that point, when you think of like fruitfulness, okay, and like Jesus said, the one guy, I think I might be combining parables now, but he gave the one guy 10 and he brought 10, the other guy 30, he brought 30, the other guy 100, he brought 100.
Oh, yeah.
Gosh. But, so when I think about fruitfulness, like if you think about an apple, like an apple has seeds in the middle, and one of those seeds, just one of them, goes in the ground and produces a tree, which then produces 100 other apples, which all have 5 seeds each in them, just from one stupid little seed.
Yeah.
And then, by the way, all those apples are then also producing other trees. So like I've thought about this fruitfulness thing. And so to your point, if one person gets it, hey, that's good enough. Yeah. But even if no one gets it, another realization I had, and I could do a better job acting on it, but another thought I had is the fact that you've had this idea to do For the One, And the fact that I have these songs written that are not yet released, you know, the fact that it exists is you have an obligation to then do it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
because I thought about it, these songs, like the one you heard me play that, I'll play later. If I take that song to the grave with me, it never existed.
Yeah.
So it's this weird thing because it does exist because I wrote the song.
Yeah.
So it does exist. But if I never do anything, if I never publish it,
yeah,
then it never existed.
Mm.
So we have, and I believe everyone has some unique purpose, something unique that they can contribute.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be writing a song. It doesn't have to be getting in front of a camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
It might just be like a buddy of mine. He's never the type to go up to someone on the street. Hey, do you believe in Jesus? Like, he's never that type. We're free to just talk about Jesus here, right?
Yes.
Like, okay. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeshua all day. Yes.
Right, okay.
If people don't know by now what this podcast is like rooted in, I don't know what to tell everybody.
I know what it's about. I just didn't know if
There's probably a bunch of rapper friends that are like, I'll check this out. Chris is on it. And we're like, you love Jesus?
Yeah. I just
Jesus
didn't know if
loves you.
if there was a max Jesus that like,
There's no such thing.
Okay.
The limit does not exist.
All right. Perfect. So a buddy of mine, like, he's never the type to go up to someone on the street and just be like, oh, hey, do you know Jesus? Like, he's extremely quiet, just keeps to himself. But he's always been my best friend, like, for as long as, since high school. But he's very fruitful because what he does, it's not like he's like trying to evangelize people. He's just talking. But, he'll talk to, he used to be a chef. He would talk to the other chef, the other cook. Just like, oh, yeah, and you start talking about God because I love God. So why wouldn't I talk about something that I love?
Yeah.
And wouldn't you know it, that guy started coming to church. Then that guy brought his daughter. Then that guy brought his mom. And I'm like, that's fruitfulness. It doesn't have to be getting in front of a camera. It doesn't have to be singing a song.
Yeah.
So to that point, I guess all I was trying to say is, the fact that you've had the thought means you have to do it, or else you take the talent to the grave with you.
You bury it. You squander it. And I think that's why he's mad, because we're called, going back to that parable, we're called to steward, to your point, what we're given. And when we don't, like, God's like, hey, yo, like I gave this to you.
Right.
What are you doing with it? Or like, how are you stewarding it? And if you just bury it, that's not stewarding it.
Yep.
That's like squandering it.
And if you think about it, like, what were the reasons that you buried it? Like, in my case, the reasons were, the song, it wasn't perfect yet. Oh, the timing wasn't right yet. Oh, I couldn't decide if I wanted to change and use a stage name so that people wouldn't know it was me. Like, if any reason that I have that it didn't, I just, didn't have time. Well, you had time to do a lot of other stuff. You had time to watch the NBA finals till 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night, and the Cavs weren't even in it. So like, when you boil it down, the reasons that I didn't publish it all were me focused.
Yeah.
So I think that's where God has a right to be like, dude, like,
right.
Not everyone wrote that song. Like, you wrote that song.
Yeah.
And you did nothing with it.
Right. And I gave that to you.
Right.
Because, sure, could someone else have written a song called Second Mile? Sure. It wasn't going to be Chris Black's Second Mile.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be the same.
Yep.
It just wouldn't be the same. And like, not to go too deep theology wise, but let's go there for a minute, because I think this premise to me has been crazy, because it's just been in recent, like the last year or so, that I've come to understand this. Us as like believers, when we talk about like Judgment Day, yes, I'm going to go there real quick. But when we talk about Judgment Day, it's like, I think initially we think like, oh, well, like we have to answer. At least for me, I always was like, oh, I have to answer for my sin. But then it's like, wait, no. Jesus casts our sins in the sea of forgetfulness as far as the east is from the west. So what is Judgment Day? Well, Judgment Day for the believers is you are going to have to give an account for how you stewarded or did not steward what the Lord gave to you.
Yep.
Did you bury your talents? That's what that parable really is like, that's that's the believers on Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I gave you 10. What'd you do with it? Hey, I gave you 2. What'd you do with it? Hey, I gave you 1. And I love that because it's not that the person with 1 is any less valuable than the person with 10. Just like to your point, your friend who's talking to another chef just at work is not doing any less valuable kingdom work than you're doing from a stage with a microphone, than me with a camera, with a platform. Like,
sure,
it's not any less valuable, but it's like, what did you do with it?
Yep. And I think it's all, and the excuses are so lame when I boil them down. I mean, the excuses are just so lame that I come up with. It's like embarrassing. You know, but
embarrassing.
So
you ever imagine God's just sitting there like, tell me another one. Go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
I know. And then you read like Jeremiah, like, you know, so I'm reading through Jeremiah now. And this dude had it rough, man. God gave him a tough assignment. Dude. He was. If
anyone had the right to crash out.
Oh, yeah. God told him, he's like, I need you to go to all the priests, walk into the temple, and tell them all that Babylon's going to take them over. And if you try to fight back, you know, or if you try to run, it's not going to go well. And he says, well, God, you realize these people hate me, and you realize they have the authority to like cast me into prison, right? And God's like, I don't care. I want you to say it. And Jeremiah went and did it. Like sometimes when I read the scripture, like, because I went through a stale period where I was like, I'm just not getting anything.
That's me right now.
Okay.
I'm in a dry season right now.
Yeah.
I'll be like very honest.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's
it's
fine.
hard.
So something that helps me sometimes when I'm in a dry spell is I'll insert myself into the story and like, what's Jeremiah thinking about right now? What's he probably feeling right now? And then you start to bring in the context. Okay. Like, so he was a known prophet. So he had a lot of like, he had a big, you know, he probably had a lot of fans, a lot of big following. Oh, Jeremiah, he's the man. Everyone knows him. You know, maybe he had a good life. I'm sure a guy was taking good care of him. And now all of a sudden he has to say something that's not only is it controversial, like politically, but it's controversial religiously because everyone in the church is saying, no, everything's going to be totally fine. Hey, God talked to me too. And he said, everything's going to be totally fine. So
Chris, you better start preaching.
Yes.
You better start preaching on that.
You know, so
Ooh!
Yeah, so meanwhile, so now Jeremiah has to stand here and be like, I have to say something that's contrary to what everyone else is saying and give up my comfort. So
that word.
Yeah, the comfort. Yeah. So sometimes that helps me get out of that staleness is if I insert myself in the Jeremiah shoes. If I was there and God told me this, I don't know.
What would Chris do?
Yeah,
what would Nicole do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
I think we like to read the Bible. I always think of the Israelites and we would be like, we wouldn't do that. We wouldn't be like that. But then I look at myself from a week ago and I'm like, you just did that. That was you.
Mm-hmm.
I say like, ain't nothing changed in thousands of years. Nothing's changed.
Do you ever feel like, if you were the one at one point, do you ever feel like sometimes you can become the one again out of 100?
Yes.
Yeah,
I just talked about this at the end of season 1. I did like a 2-part episode talking about like being like the one. And I think that was something that like nobody prepared me for. I grew up in the church, grew up Christian, but no one prepared me for the fact of like and you might, because you grew up in the church, like you might like understand this in a way that maybe other people don't. I feel like there's a lot of people that they get to be like, oh, I was like this, like this, like this. And then I found Jesus in my like 20s. It's like, great. I love that testimony. Great. We need people like that. But then when you're in it your entire life, it's like, okay, so where's, I don't want to say like the allowance, but like, where's like the grace of like, I have always been a Christian. I've never doubted my faith in Jesus, but like, I have been that dirty little sheep that went off from the 100.
Yeah.
Like I've been that one. And I just like, I'm very like burdened by that and like passionate about that. Is like, I love talking to people who are new to faith, like evangelize. Sure. All that's good. I have a heart for those of us that have been in this. How do you stay in this? And like Paul says, like run and finish the race well.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm not going to lie. It's tiring out here sometimes.
Well, and you know, Jesus even said, like, don't be too hard on yourself for that, because Jesus even said, and I think it's when the woman is washing his feet with her tears.
Oh, the alabaster.
Yes.
Yeah, Mary.
I'm almost certain that this is the same story. And the Pharisee said, "Why are you letting her do that? Don't you realize this woman's a sinner? Don't you realize what she's done?" And Jesus goes, "He that is forgiven of much loveth much. He that is forgiven of little loveth little." And I think it's not necessarily a good or bad thing in the context of what he's saying. But I almost just feel like he's saying, hey, there's like a fact of life to this. Sometimes the people with the Jesus T-shirts and like going crazy out on the street, sometimes they're the ones who came out of like extreme fire. Yeah. And it's just a fact of life. Like, oh my gosh, I almost died 5 times and then Jesus saved me. Yeah. And I'm literally like a brand new person. Yeah. And it's only because of Jesus. Yeah. So sometimes like sometimes it's almost just a fact of life that those epic testimonies are like, sometimes those are the hardest people that they go the hardest for Jesus. Yeah. And I think like, going through a stale time or a dry spell time. Okay, a couple things. Sorry, I'm like,
no, go.
Sorry, I'm
go. No, you're
too long winded. I don't
know.
No,
no, you're fine.
It's okay. So I had 2 thoughts as you were talking. One is, the story of the prodigal son, which, I feel bad that we still call him the prodigal son, because he's not prodigal anymore. He came back. He came back. I looked at
ex-prodigal son.
The formerly prodigal, but now he's good son.
That's so funny.
So, okay, we read that story, and there's 3 people in the story. There's the dad, there's the son that ran away and came back, and then there's the older brother. Yeah. And we get to the end of the story, and we read about the older brother who pouted and got all mad. And we always want to, like, point to, oh man, the older brother, aren't you just happy that he's back? Yeah. And it's funny, we actually did a survey, show of hands in our church. How many relate to the prodigal son in this story? Obviously, most of the hands went up. Right. Does anyone relate to the older brother? And there was like 3 hands that went up. And I'm like, that's crazy, because there actually is this perspective of the older brother was doing everything right his whole life. And he's like, God, where's my party? Like, you've never shown me a big rainbow and then had me write a song. Like, I'm getting so convicted right now. Yeah, you've never, parted the Red Sea for me. And here your other son, who wasted everything you gave him, he comes back, and on day 1 you're throwing him a huge party. God, what gives? So, but when you read the dad's response, he's not angry at the older brother. No. He just says, look, you're always with me. Everything I got is yours. Like, don't worry. We should have partied. This guy was in total death and darkness, and now he's in total light and forgiveness and hope. So, like, we should party. It's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. But don't worry. You're not in a bad spot. There's just no reason to party, because we've been together this whole time. Yeah. So, so that's one thought. And the other thought too is, sometimes I think in the dry periods is when God, like he uses the word to prove them, like to prove Israel. Like, sometimes I think maybe the dry periods are God trying to prove us and see, okay, if I'm not, giving you visions in the middle of the night, if I'm not having these crazy miracle God thing, June 10th, like line up right in front of you all the time, are you still going to be faithful? So I think sometimes the dry spells are not, oh God, are you still really there? Sometimes the dry spells are just like, I don't need to be parting the Red Sea for you every day anymore. Yeah. Like, you're here, we know each other, we're solid, we're good. Right. Sometimes, like, almost like a parent with their kid getting their driver's license for the first time. I'm not there yet, but someday I'll have to be there. And it's like, I'm not going to, we'll go for the temps. I have to do the ride along. Talk. Put in the hours. But at some point, there's no more ride along, and it's just, you just have to trust
that
Yeah.
you taught them. And
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not a perfect analogy, but
yeah.
Yes.
No, that's good though. That is good. No, wow. Yeah, No, I have felt like the older brother. I don't even think I realized that until you just said that.
yeah.
I have felt like the older brother. Cause I'm like, God, I've never done drugs, never smoked weed. I never did this, never did I have given like so much of like my life and like I am like really trying to like be like this all the time
Yeah.
with my life and my money and this and
Yeah.
whatever it is, relationships, friendships, and it's just like what the heck,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yeah.
but you're right, it's like we want like a party and he's like, you've been here, like
Yeah.
we're good.
Yeah. He's like, don't worry. Don't worry.
We're
I got you."
gonna party when I come back and we're all in heaven. Like that's when
Right.
we're gonna party. And it's like, okay, like
Right.
I gotta remember that. My eternal gifts. I joke because the housing market's so bad.
Oh yeah.
And I want to own like a home so bad. Like that's one of like my like deepest desires. But I'm like, all right, God, I guess I'll get my mansion in heaven. I guess I just gotta
Yeah.
accept it may not happen here.
Yeah. Well, and oh shoot, these trains of thought, they just go fast.
I know,
They go
I know.
fast. I don't know. I had something that I thought was good to say, but now I forgot.
Bring
so
it
maybe
back,
wasn't
Lord.
even that
Bring it
good to
back,
say.
Lord.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Something to the effect. Oh, I know what I was. See, it proves what I was going to say. See, I did have the weed smoking and drinking. Phase.
Did you really?
Oh, I did. Oh, yeah.
Okay, see this, I love this so much. I'm not even like being sarcastic. I love this so much because I would have never thought that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's real. And yeah.
Okay, so how do you, I'm not trying to like get in your like business, but how do you, I don't want to say reconcile, but like what are your thoughts on that? Like looking back, you grew up in the church,
Yeah.
always believed in God, but like again, this is the point. You know what? Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to succinct all this.
Yeah. No, this is good.
My brain is
Yeah.
like, because you were talking about the people in your church that like raised their hand. I even just said too, I felt
Mhm.
like the older brother. I feel like the people I am most afraid of are other Christians because I feel like without whether they want to say it or not, they are the older brother where they are. I don't want to say they don't want to see you return, but when you do return, they're like, we can't let this guy in here.
Yeah.
He just was sleeping with the pigs. What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like this guy, really? This girl, really? Like, what do you mean that they're back? And I feel like the Christians do that to
Mhm.
other Christians. So how do you, because I have things in my life too, where it's like, yeah, I'm a Christian. I've never not been a Christian. And
Mhm.
I don't like saying but anymore. I learned this from Tim Ross. I don't know if you know him, but he's a preacher and a podcaster, but he always says like, and.
What do you mean Christian but versus Christian and? What do you mean?
Well, so I mean like, sorry, I'm saying like in a sentence where I'm like, I'm Christian and I went through a period where I smoked weed and I
okay.
drank.
Yeah.
I like saying and instead of but. Like I'm a Christian, but I smoked. No, it's like I'm a Christian and there was this period in my life where I did this.
Yeah, sure.
And it's, I don't know. Like I just want to hear like from that experience. Cause again, I would have never assumed that about you.
Yeah. How do I live with that, you're saying? Or
Not like, I'm not trying to like guilt you.
No,
Like not
no,
like,
no.
how do you live with that, Chris? But like,
Yeah.
yeah, like how do you reconcile that? Or like, I don't know, did anyone ever, I don't want to say like come at you, but were there people that were like, oh, you call yourself a Christian, but you smoked a blunt?
I had a couple people that were never, but it was when I was deep in that phase.
Okay.
So just to rewind, like my parents always taught me about God and always taught me about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm extremely grateful for that.
Yeah, thank God for parents that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
And we were never like a super disciplined Christian home.
Okay.
And I guess what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't like this hardcore, like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Okay.
But my dad was very good about just helping us realize that God is real.
Mm.
Like, because he's an intellectual, you know, he thinks of things intellectually. I probably do too, you know, to some extent at least. And so he was very good about teaching us not just the not just the Christian things because I'm teaching you this because it's a Christian thing to teach you.
Right.
But more of like, no, God's real. Like this stuff is real. And, here's what it means.
Wow.
And so he was very good about that. So I've always felt like I've had a real, genuine faith. Like I've always felt like, no, factually, like historically, there was a guy named Jesus who literally was dead and was literally alive again.
Yeah.
Like, so, anyways, but we weren't this like hardcore disciplined, like, no, you're back by 9, this.
Okay.
So I ventured off into this party realm. And, when I was in it, it's funny, there's 2 people that I can think of offhand. Well, 3 at least, that gently said something to me at one point. And I, to this day, vividly remember all 3 of those. Like the one guy, it was such a huge, so I went to Ohio State my freshman year.
Okay. See, I did not know this.
Yeah, I went to Ohio State, and like they say in college, you can pick 2 of 3, good grades, sleep, or social life. You can only have 2 out of the 3. And I picked the wrong 2. So, so I only made it a year at Ohio State, and then I came back, and
I picked incorrectly.
I picked very incorrectly, and I majored in the wrong things.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I became the rapper, and at Ohio State, I actually, if I would have stuck it out, I probably could have got like there was this guy Cal Scrubby who was like 2 years ahead of me at Ohio State. You can look him up. He has a song with Chris Brown. Like he sort of got somewhere in music. And I was 2 years behind him. We actually did a show together at Urban Meyer's welcome event when he first became coach of Ohio State.
Okay.
This is all cool stuff. I'm glad we're talking about this.
Okay, Chris Black.
Yeah, so, I was the man,
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm partying. I'm doing all the things. I'm the man. I'm the rapper. And, and so I would freestyle. And, in the dorms, everyone would gather and I'd freestyle. Oh, my God. Like, because back then, like, there wasn't a freestyle. Like, 1 out of every 3 people wasn't a rapper.
Right.
So it was like, it was still a cool thing.
You mean on their SoundCloud?
Exactly. So it was still cool to hear someone freestyle.
Yeah.
So, man, the crowds would gather. Oh, man. I'd rap. I'd freestyle. And there's this one dude in our dorm, Adam Hodges. And I'm okay shouting him out by name because what I'm about to say is very nice. It's a very good thing about him.
Okay.
And he would never go out to the parties. We would all, hey, we're going out partying. And I would try to him up. I'd be like, Adam, you coming out, man? Like, just like, hey, why don't you come hang out with us?
Yeah.
And he'd be like, no. We'd all go out, party like crazy, come back. And he never did. And he was openly Christian. Like, it was known that he was a Christian. Well, me too, because I would get in debates with guys on the floor because I've always been the, a loudmouth around people. And, they all believed in evolution, atheism, and everything. And I'd go hardcore. No, God's real. Blah, blah. So I was always a believer in God, even though I was off in no man's land.
Yeah.
But he hit me up on Facebook one time. He messaged me on Facebook. He could have just walked down the hall and told me, but he sent it on Facebook.
So this is while you're in the same dorm.
Yes.
He's like, hey, bro.
Yes. And this was like around March, April. So almost towards the end of the school year.
Okay.
And he messages me and I save the message. And he says, Chris, he goes, I just want to check in, make sure everything's all right. He goes, because at the beginning of the school year, and this was cool about him too. He loved rap. He loved Christian rap music. And I was like, wow, this dude's cool. He likes rap and he's Christian. And he's just quiet about it. So like we had this like quiet bond.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, I'm a Christian too. I'm the loudmouth version. You're the quiet version.
Yeah.
And so he hit me up on Facebook and he's like, Chris, I want to make sure everything's okay. He said, because at the beginning of the school year, I noticed you would always mention God in your freestyles. He goes, you don't do that anymore. He goes, oops.
No, you're okay.
He goes, now when you freestyle, you never mention God anymore. He goes, just want to make sure everything's okay. And I was like, wow, that just like
hit you.
Yeah, I was like, oh, geez, man, you gotta come at me like that. Like that was aggressive. And
but in the kindest way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So fast forward, maybe 1, maybe 2 years later, after I hit total rock, what I considered my rock bottom completely.
Yeah.
I ended up calling him and thanking him. I said, Adam,
wow,
that message you sent me, like, It was that one little light when I was just in total darkness. It was that one little candle that was like, hey, wait a second, there is still light over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to still hang out in the darkness, but that is interesting. There's still that light there. And so anyways, so yeah, so he
Wow.
but it was it was not like judgy at all.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't condemning.
No.
It was like see, and that's the image of Jesus.
Yeah.
Every time in scripture when you see Jesus, he doesn't excuse sin. He's not coming into agreement with people doing sinful things. But it's coming from a place of, I love you so much.
Yeah.
That I love you enough, one, to like say something, because obviously he cared about you enough to send that message. And two, it's like, I'm coming from a place of genuine love, like brother to brother in that moment of like, hey, like you're better than this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're called higher
Yeah.
than what I'm seeing right now.
Right.
Yeah. That's how it's supposed to be done.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be done.
So to this day, ever since that message, to this day, if I ever do a freestyle, I always try to mention either God or Jesus within the first couple bars. It's become a thing of like, I have to do it. Like I have to, or else there's this monkey on my back. And it's like, once I do, all of a sudden, immediately the freestyle gets better and I just get looser with the words and everything.
Yeah.
And, so he was someone that reached out to me during.
Shout out to Adam.
Adam, man, he's the man.
Oh,
I feel so bad. He got married like a couple years after that, and he invited me to the wedding, and I couldn't make it for some reason. And I still feel really sorry that I couldn't make it.
Yeah.
But what was I going to say? So fast forward to today, yeah, sure. It's cool that I have this testimony that, hey, I was here and now I'm here because of Jesus.
Yeah.
And because of those around me.
Yeah.
Like it's cool to have that testimony.
Mm-hmm.
But also there's the lingering effects.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of memories that I don't have, from that time period, 17 to 21 years old. There's a lot of things that I've forgotten about. There was a kid that I grew up with. I went to his graduation party in high school, and I went there. I was high when I went there. I smoked on the way. And I got there, and I was so high that I avoided his parents at the thing. And his mom passed away of cancer like a year later, and that was the last time I ever saw her. So it's cool that I have that I'm able to say that, Jesus fixed a couple things. Yeah. But there's stories like that where it's like, damn it, like I was so busy walking in darkness that there was real things happening around me.
Yeah.
And I missed them and I can't go back.
Yeah.
So the testimonies are cool.
Yeah. It comes at a cost.
It comes at a cost. I'd say it's probably better not. It's probably better to be the older brother than to be the younger brother. Because the younger brother's he's like, yeah, I'm dead broke, man.
Yeah.
I spent it all.
Yep. I'm sleeping with the pigs.
I'm sleeping with the pigs, man. I still smell like pig.
Yep. Which is crazy considering this is a Jewish audience he's talking to, and
that's a good point. Yeah.
And then I just actually realized that the first time I was like, oh, he was sleeping with the pigs. I was like, wait.
Wow, I never thought
unclean.
Of that.
So he's unclean on top of all of this.
Wow.
And the father runs to hug him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Pop off, Holy Spirit.
Yeah, that's saying something.
See, this is what I'm like. And even though I'm in a dry season right now, it's moments like this that I need to, where it's the scripture is never boring. No matter how many times you read it, new revelation.
Oh yeah.
It's just you could read the same thing 4 times and still not catch something.
What's this group thing that you had? On the is it Kevin? Is that his name? Who's on here?
Yeah.
And you mentioned you have a group.
Yeah, we have a Bible study I started out of my house.
Yeah, that's sweet. So how does it consist of? How's it?
Basically, I mean, we're you could say we're coming up on season 2 of that as well. I think we're in a really pivotal time with it where we've been doing this for a year and a half. We kind of have a solid core group, at this point of people who, have just been in it. And it's kind of like, okay, like, what are we like doing with this? I'm not saying like we haven't been intentional.
Right.
But basically the instructions I was given was open your home, go back to Acts 2, early church, go back to basics.
Nice.
That was what I heard.
Yeah.
And this was after like a really painful time where I left the church that I had been at for 9 years. So, bunch of things going on there. And, I was like, again, it was like the music video. I was like, I'm not running a Bible study. No. Like, I'm like, no. Because actually how it started was there were people who are either agnostic or atheist. I'm not trying to put a label on them, but there were people who are not religious at all at my job being like, where are you going to start something? Are you going to start leading a Bible study? People not even religious. I'm like, what? Why are you saying this to me?
Yeah.
And then it was like a couple weeks after I'm like, this is insane. No. I was literally folding laundry and the Lord's like, open the door.
Wow.
Go read Acts 2. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. So all that to say, I think people think this is where we love how God is God, because I think we all want like the instruction manual. There was no instruction manual. There was no instruction manual for, hey, this is like what I want you to do. This is how I want you to lay it out. This is how like you're going to worship, you're going to pray, you're going to do communion. There's no instruction manual other than the Bible, obviously. But other than that was open your door and like welcome people into your home.
I think no instruction manual is so needed at times, if not all the time.
Yeah.
Because like also in Jeremiah, and that's why it's just on my mind because I've been reading it. But God said, I'm going to circle back to group. But God said, and I could be butchering the verse, but he said, let not the strong man glory in his strength, or the wise man in his wisdom, but let him that glorieth glory in this, that he knoweth me, the one true God. And the rest of that verse is equally as amazing. But, just learn about God. Like, he gave us a 1,000-page book. Like, until you've mastered the 1,000-page book that he gave us,
which good luck. Yeah.
Until you've mastered all 1,000 pages, maybe you should just spend more time focusing on the book.
Yeah.
So the no instruction manual, I love that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Group. So have you invited? Like you said, there's maybe agnostics around you and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, people have been invited. When we started group, there was actually quite a few people coming that were not believers. They didn't end up like sticking around, which you kind of have to like remain open-handed with that. That was a whole journey in and of itself where it taught me a lot, because your innate instinct is to blame yourself. Did I not do enough? Was I not explaining things well? Was I not loving? It's all this stuff.
Yep.
And you just have to go like, I'm not Holy Spirit, and I can't be. So it's like, all I can do is love and pray and, but like, if they don't want to keep coming, I can't force anyone to be here. Nor would I want to, but, so even that was like a whole grievous thing. But yeah, I mean, people, again, like, I just had a conversation right before I left, coming from the studio that I freelance at. Like, he was like, are you still like having church out of your house? Like, again, people have all different, like, church, Bible study. I mean, and again, I think we're in a season where we're trying to like figure out like, okay, what do we want this to be? But if nothing else, it's community.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it has been the one constant thing that I've had since having to leave the church community that I had, in a very grievous and tumultuous kind of way, but like in that, it was like this was birthed from, and it wasn't just me, it was, and like even Kevin kind of talked about his own story, like he was going to a church that basically ceased to exist, so like completely different church, by the way. And so unbeknownst to me, when the Lord was like, open your door, it kind of became like a refuge for all these displaced people that love Jesus but didn't have a community and didn't have somewhere to go for whatever reason at that time. And what I love now is basically everybody in the group goes to like a different church or a different form of church.
Yeah.
And then we come together Sunday evenings and have Bible study.
That's beautiful.
But to answer your question, yeah, I mean, like we pray, we worship, we do communion, we do like check-ins. We like, hey, how are you doing? Prayer requests. How can we pray for you? We do family dinners. That I love because that to me, and we've had a couple people do this. They invite people that again, maybe aren't faith-based people, or super religious, but it's like, hey, we're again, open the home. We're going to have food. You can invite like a friend, whoever, and we're just going to like share a meal together. And so, yeah, and we have been going through Romans. We've been in Romans for a year and a half.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Cooking.
Yeah.
Marinating in it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of been like the unofficial structure in a way. Like, it's just been like, Holy Spirit, you got to show up because if you don't, we don't even want to be here.
No, that's beautiful. I think like, that's what, like, I feel like from these things that you're saying, you're in it. Like God's like, yeah, just keep going. Like, I feel like a lot of times it's just like, just do something. Just do something. So you're like, well, what should I do? It doesn't matter. Just do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. How about a podcast? That's good. That's something. That counts.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
That's good. Okay. What about just have people at my house to read the Bible? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know how to host a church service. It doesn't matter. The word's good enough. Like, so, and the reason I'm saying that is because.
No, I need to hear this.
Yeah.
Because it's been such this last year has been the worst year for me mentally probably ever in my life.
Okay.
Like attacks of depression and procrastination and all of that because there's been voices that have made me feel you're not equipped. You didn't go to theology. Like you don't have a degree in theology. What do you mean? Like you're struggling with this or you have this in your life and you think that you can have people in your home and run a podcast and like, and again, it's that thing where you, and I'm sure you feel this, you want to please the Lord.
Right.
You want to honor the Lord. You want to please the Lord. You want to be in his will. And I don't know about you, but I have gone in like hamster wheel circles of like, what does that mean to be in your will? Yeah. Should I do the podcast? Should I not do the podcast? Should I open my home? Is this
Absolutely.
you? Is that, and you can drive yourself into a mental institution.
Absolutely. I think, no, you're 100% spot on. I think, in my opinion, 100% spot on. I think a lot of times there can be too much emphasis on, is this God's will? And hang on, before I sound
don't jump down his throat. Wait.
Yeah, before I sound too crazy, like. In other words,
all the Christian Karens just.
Well, no, you know what? On one of the practice raps on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I said,
I miss you doing that.
Man, I do got to get back to those.
Yeah.
I was listening to him the other night and I was like, man, there's some good raps in here.
Yeah. Remind me, I want to come back to that, by the way.
Okay.
Social media with you.
Okay. Sounds good. On the one I said, I wish I could think of the lines leading up to it. Whatever. But I said something to the effect of right and wrong is always clear when the direction isn't. So write a song the deaf and ear will hear right when they listen. Right and wrong is always clear when the direction isn't. So like red or blue. God's like, I don't care. Do you love me? Do you love your neighbor? Okay, great. Red or blue doesn't pick whatever you choose. Do I take this job or that job? Do you love me? Do you love your neighbor? Are either of these jobs going to prevent you from doing that?
Yeah.
If not, then hey, just
what do you want?
Yeah, exactly. And so I think sometimes
this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah. So I think sometimes the thought of, oh, make sure it's God's will. Make sure it's God's will. God, do you want me to live in this house or this house, this apartment or this apartment?
Yeah.
It's like you can drive yourself crazy.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, God's like when you look at when the Israelites finally made it to the promised land.
Yeah.
He didn't tell them, now look, I'm going to tell you every single decision every single day. He just said, look, here's my rules, don't commit adultery, don't steal from each other, don't kill each other.
Yeah. Play nice.
Yeah, just play nice. play nice, honor me. Yeah. And the rest is kind of up to you.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes, so that's why I love that you just said, and by the way, with group, a buddy of mine and I started a Bible study
I love this.
in 2014,
Wow.
so 12 years ago, and we had no agenda, nothing. We had one book, and it was called the Holy Bible, and we both brought it, and we met in the basement of a library, and 10 years later, some days we would get 25 people to where we couldn't even
Come
fit
on
in
now.
the room we were in.
Come on now.
With no structure, nothing.
Mm.
And families have started out of that Bible. Babies
Come on
have been
now.
born out of that Bible.
Come on
study.
now.
I mean, it's real stuff. So
Yep.
this, and
I met my boyfriend through Bible study.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Somebody brought him.
Yeah, and I love that. And so, there's real fruit that comes out of it.
Mm.
And like to this day, everyone's like, "Oh man, we love the Bible study. We got away from it." And I'm like, "Yeah, we got away from it because we ended up sort of having a church formed out of it."
Oh, okay.
And it's almost like there's a lot of church activities. Like we have a Wednesday night thing, Sunday, Thursdays, sometimes Tuesdays, and that's all great.
Yeah.
But so as a result, the Bible study has waned or whatever. But there's something to be said about just getting together with no structure and just reading the word, because we've gone avenues. And again, as long as you keep the word at the forefront, and yeah, we've had people, I'm sure you've had this too. We've had people come in, they just talk way too much. And it's like, dude, we've had to deal with that.
Yeah.
We've had to deal with, like, one time there was like a guy that was making all the girls in the group uncomfortable. And I was telling the guys, I'm like, guys, I think we should ask this dude to leave. And they're like, no, let's have grace for him. Let's have grace for him. And I'm like, we'll end up working itself out. He ended up leaving anyways.
Yeah.
But, so yes, you're going to have that if you don't have a set structure.
Yeah.
But also that freedom can be so fruitful and so great.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes that's what people need. And we actually came up with the name, the scattered flock, because it's exactly what you said. Some people grew up Catholic, some people grew up atheist, some people this.
Yep.
And it was like the whole flock had just been all scattered.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, let's just get together. We all have God in common. We all have the word in common. Let's just get together and read it.
Yeah.
And it works. So I love the fact that you're doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying. I think, and like, obviously Kevin and I touched on this, and not to go into a whole thing because everyone can listen to that episode, but like community's hard. It's hard to lead. It's hard to always like that moment where you're like, hey, like we need to address this with this guy. It's like, again, how do you do things out of love and out of grace, but how do you like still, kind of like maintain like order and like not hurt people's feelings, but inevitably you might hurt, but like might be offense, there might be it's like there's a lot to like work
For
through.
sure.
Like, because again, love everyone in the group, obviously, but I would say this about everyone. Like, people are messy.
Mm-hmm.
People are messy. Life is long. Things get jostled. It's like and then it's how do you do that? How do you do that well?
Yeah.
Like, to again, my point with Paul, like, how do you maintain and finish this race well?
Yeah.
So it's
Well, that's funny you should say that. I'm sorry.
No.
I have to
Go.
I have to say it because otherwise
Go.
the timing was perfect. It's funny you should say that because it's the whole concept of my next album is exactly what you just said, is how do you stay that and
come on.
yeah, and
I love when the Holy Spirit is just speaking like the same things to the same people. Like, he's just like, this is the season right now.
Yeah, so that is
Yes.
So the title of the next album
Drop it.
is going to be Stay the Course. And so second mile, so I've picked myself up. I'm able to, okay, I'm going to walk the second mile. I've hyped myself up. I'm going to do it. Okay, well, now you got to do it. Now you have to stick with it. Through the dry spells, I've been depressed for the last year.
I'm about to run in this room right now.
Yeah. So that's
come on.
Yeah, so that's the whole concept of the next album is, okay, now you said you're going to do it. Now you're 5 years in, now you're 10 years in, now you're 20 years in.
Yeah.
And you're in a dry spell. Are you still going to do it?
Come on. See, and this is why I love your music, cuz when that Second Mile album came out, in the song specifically, that, just to take it back to that real quick, that whole through line of like, hey, when you were a kid and you had these ambitions and you had these dreams and you had that, I mean, like a dagger, like that just cut me. And it's like that I'll bring it back a second to the new album too. But that was also one of the most beautiful parts about that whole process was like I grew up on a lot of Michael Jackson for one, but MTV, VH1, top music video countdown, whatever.
And you didn't stray? It's amazing.
I have range, Chris. I have range.
Yeah,
Okay. We were watching VeggieTales and I was learning the Thriller dance. Okay.
Yeah, by Usher.
Yeah.
VeggieTales.
Yes. Yeah, by Usher. Yes. Yeah, you can thank my mom for that. But she was also playing me like Mary Mary. So
Yeah,
like,
nice.
I mean, again, we have range.
No, you have discipline. That was something I never had was discipline.
Oh, I'm undisciplined in a lot of areas, let me tell you. So, but all that to say, that was a beautiful moment even in that because it was like, as a child, I'm like watching like these music videos and then you're sitting there and you're like, I'm watching a music video I created and I direct. What? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it's still, it's 3 years later and it still hasn't registered.
Oh, I know.
It still hasn't registered.
I know.
So I'm sure you feel like that too, where you're like, yeah, I was like this kid. And you even said in the song, like, I wrote like all these poems, like I wrote them in kitchens, bedrooms, basements, places totally distant. Like, and it's just like, and then you're seeing that to fruition.
Yeah.
You dropped a whole freaking album.
Yeah.
Plus all the other songs you already put out before that. I'm not discrediting that.
No, thanks.
But like to put an out, like how many people, that's what I say. If people want to, excuse my French, but if people want to shit on you ever, have you put an album out?
Thanks.
Did you start a podcast? Did you?
No, thank you.
Like for real. Like what? How many people can say I put an album out?
Right. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Thanks. No, I know. And that's another thing that I want to be able to look back and be like I'm sure you feel the same way with video. Until it's done, until it's published.
Yeah.
It's like you just got to do it. You just have to cross that finish line.
I was crawling to the finish line on that. Because again, I just told you my personal life was a mess leading up to that. Like, I mean, and again, this is where the people around you, like Keith, shout out to Keith.
Keith's a cool dude, man. I wish I was closer friends with him. Every now and then I reach out and I'm like, dude, I just want to say
you.
hi.
Like, no, like, oh my gosh. I think you guys live like in the same town
we do.
too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Go say hi. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
There was a tornado ripped through and it ripped through like
dude, it was in his backyard.
It was in his backyard.
Legit.
The news cameras were outside his driveway. Like, oh yeah, we're at sorry, I shouldn't say where he lives. There's a freaking tornado here.
Willow Lake.
Exactly. So I text him. I'm like, dude, everything good?
Oh.
I'm like, I got an excuse to reach out to Keith. Like, granted, it's a bad one, but I have an excuse. Sorry, anyways.
No, I love this. I love, listen, you don't understand as a woman when men like get excited about like being friends with another man. We're like, yes. Like we get so excited. Like we're like, yes, talk, convene, be bros.
Be friends, play together.
Because like men, like y'all like tend to like, y'all aren't good at making friends. A lot of you,
No, we're not.
Some of you are great at it, but others of you, like a lot of the male tendency is to not. But I digress. So the point is like, I'm saying here, I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, be friends. No, he's like, Chris, so cool. Like I joked with him that you had texted me because I told him, I was like, guess who's coming on the podcast?
Oh, nice.
Your boy, Chris Black. He's like, he always jokes that it's his music video, that he directed it. Yeah. So he's like, Chris Black of the Second Mile music video that I directed? I'm like, yeah. And so I said like, oh, he, was like, hey, I have a new album coming out. Like, maybe we got to do another project together. And like, I was like, I'm not trying to like put that on you. Like, I was like trying to give him an out, I'm not putting that on you though. And he's like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, like he's already man. Let's do it. Like, he's like, it's for Chris. Awesome. Sure. Yeah.
I'm 100% in. Yeah. 110%.
Yeah. No. So, but shout out, like, I say that because like Keith literally, like even, and again, to some people this seems small, but it's not small to me, is like all those promos that like we were pushing out for the video. He made all those for me. He like finished up and like added some like really just small subtle things to the edit, but it just like made it that much better. And it just like I was not mentally or emotionally capable of like, and like I was crawling to get to the premiere date. And he went to the church the night before. You were there and like sound tested, like did the whole, and like I didn't ask him to do, like, he just was like, what do you need? What can I do? And it's like, again, that is community. That is like good friendship. That is like what it is supposed to be. Cause like, and not to quote your song, but good people around me who pick me up when I'm low.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But that is, that was
good.
literally.
That was a good reference.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Thank you.
reference.
I may or may not have been listening to it the last couple of days just to reminisce. But all that to say, like, I was, to your point of like finishing, like just getting to the finish line. Because again, what a lot of people don't understand, you see a 3 to 5 minute music video, that was 11 months of my life. That was almost a year.
Right.
Of my life.
Yeah.
In that. And so by the time, and it was so worth it. Like I would not change a thing about it, but I'm not going to sit here and say I wasn't crawling.
Well, and let me just say, because I haven't said it, but that music video is incredible. I mean, it's...
Thank you.
Yeah, so you're like, oh yeah, it's just 3 minutes or whatever, but it was 11 months. No, you can tell because every little detail is thought out. And I mean, that thing is... That's an excellent video.
Thank you.
And thank you for having the idea and for making it happen. Because it boosted me. It helped me probably just as much as it helped you, you know.
That was technically that is like my directorial debut. I never directed anything. And what was so cool about that was I learned so much on that project that then helped kind of like get me to where I am now, like in my professional career. Like it just gave me that much more confidence. I understood just elements of, I didn't go to school. Like I wasn't like Najat. I didn't go to school for film. I barely have watched movies. Like I don't have a background or a reference point to a lot of this.
Yeah.
So it was really like a huge learning curve, which I had like the comfortability and again, really good trusted people like Keith, like backing me, that I was able to like explore that. And I don't want to say it wasn't high stakes, but like it wasn't someone else's budget. We weren't on a time crunch, like a commercial shit. Like, and I was able to like learn things that like have only made me a better director now.
Yeah. That too, like what you said, like, sometimes you just got to take a risk and like, I'm just going to do this. Like, I'm just going to do this.
Yep.
And it helps you get to that next level in life. Like, and I feel like sometimes when I get nerves, like if I'm nervous before going on stage or if I'm nervous before
Do you
whatever.
still get nervous?
A little bit. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Like, I think that's healthy.
I think so too. Yeah. And it's not even so much about like.
You just can't ever tell. I can't ever tell. So that's why I was shocked.
Well, because as soon as I start, it usually disappears immediately. But, and it usually doesn't really have to do with the music as so much as it does everything else. Because like you said, like with the video, you're like, no, I know I got a good idea here. Yeah. But it's all the 1,000,001 things that I got to do to actually make the video happen. Yeah. Yeah. So it's the idea. I'm not nervous about the idea. No, that's great. It's all the 1,000,000 other things. So like, but yeah, what I try to remind myself sometimes, or even tell others, like if I'm in a spot to do it, is that, like you said, that nervous feeling, you know, the vast majority of people, I think, go through life avoiding that feeling. Yes. Like whatever I could do.
Uncomfortability.
Exactly. Wherever that feeling is, I'm going to stay. If that feeling's over there, I'm going to stay over here. Yep. But as a result, you never burst through that wall and get to that next level. Yeah. And like, yes, I was nervous for the very first time I stepped on stage and did a music thing. But thank God I like just said, all right, but I'm committed to it. I got to do it. Yeah. Because I loved it so much that unfortunately I was hooked after that moment. So, yes, sometimes, you know, that nervous feeling is actually, I think, a positive, and it should not be something to be avoided, but it should be something to be, you know, confronted sometimes.
Yeah, like take it by the horns.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit resides in you. That is the same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead. We do not work for God's love, but we work from God's love. The Lord is given, the Lord is taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised. If your Bible was illegal, would you value it more? Dang.
Like